Hey my friends, welcome back to my 7-day Simplify Your Life challenge. Today is day 6 and the theme for today is balance. Yesterday we explored some of the things in our life that we thought we should care about or find important, or goals that we need to work on that are actually not really bringing us any lasting value or happiness. And today, let's see if we can create just a bit more balance in our life. If this is the first video from this series that you're watching, this is a 7-day series where you can get inspiration for simplifying your life and creating more of what you love. So I recommend starting from day 1. There's a link to the playlist in the description. And this challenge also comes with a free PDF workbook, and the link to that is also in the description. So balance. What is balance exactly? Of course, there are many ways that we can achieve more balance in our life. And the exercise that I chose for today is about how to practice and prioritize self-care in your life, and prioritizing alone time if you need it, when you need it, because I truly believe that having an adequate self-care practice, whatever that might look like for you, can really help us to simplify our life. When it comes to having a balanced life, I think there is this tendency to think that in order to have balance, we need to have everything working perfectly in alignment all the time. Not too much, not too little, not too many highs and lows, only the good surprises, never the bad surprises. And this is the kind of feeling that I used to get when I thought about balance. And I wondered why it was so difficult for me to get all my ducks in a row and have this perfectly balanced life. I learn now that balance is never a constant thing. Life is always changing. Circumstances change, we change, and sometimes there are more of the things that are really nice, and sometimes things just kind of suck, and that is normal, and it is all part of living a balanced life. So the scale of life is never steady. It is always just a little bit more of this or a little bit more of that, and all we can do is kind of make adjustments along the way and be very open and flexible and just make little changes where we can. I'm really curious what your thoughts are about this. Do you feel like you are living a balanced life? And what exactly is it that helps you to create more balance? Let me know down below. Self-care and scheduling time for ourselves can be a wonderful tool in creating just a bit more balance in our life, because there's always a push and pull, and we are the ones that need to make sure that when everyone and everything is pulling on us, we can also prioritize our rest, our healing, and our recharging. Another reason why I'm convinced that having a self-care practice can help us to simplify our life is that it gives us something to focus on that we can actually control. When you're really busy or you just do not feel that fulfilled or happy in life, it is very easy to look at the outside circumstances, like the world situation or our job or our home or our friends, and think that we cannot be fully happy because of these things. But it's much more effective to focus on the things that we can do ourselves, and self-care is one of them, because if we feel well rested and energized and taken care of, it is much easier to deal with life and to feel optimistic and positive. You will feel more like you're in the driver's seat of your life and that you are being proactive instead of reactive. And this is very empowering, and it can help us to keep making these little changes to simplify where we can and where we want to. If you find it difficult to prioritize self-care and set aside time for yourself, or maybe you find that you feel a little bit guilty when it comes to these things, then here are my 5 rules for self-care. Boundaries are healthy, necessary, and your needs are important. So tending to your needs is absolutely vital if you want to be happy and also be in good relationships with others. Do not feel guilty. Caring for yourself is not selfish. It's not self-indulgent if you know what it is that you need to feel happy and healthy and energized, and if you do these things on a regular basis. It is a cliche, but very true, that if we take time to replenish, we can actually help others from a place of overflow, and that will make it so that we can keep doing that in the future as well. Be clear and kind when setting boundaries or when explaining your needs. Don't use the word maybe. If you want to set boundaries or say no or prioritize some alone time or self-care, it really helps if you can communicate that in a clear and friendly way, because if you kind of beat around the bush, you're really making it more difficult for everyone and for others to really understand what it is that you're saying. Try to use I statements when explaining what you think and feel without attacking the other person. Explain what it is that you need and why you need it from a place of yourself, because that makes it easier for the other person to help you out because they don't feel attacked in giving you that time and space when you need it. And lastly, don't over-explain yourself. No can be a full sentence. I've mentioned this before on day 2, but just know that it is okay to say no thanks without offering up explanations or excuses about why you're saying no. So by now, you probably know the drill. You can find the exercises in your workbook. I wish you lots of luck with them. Let me know how it goes, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for day 7, the final day of the challenge. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck with the exercises. Bye-bye.